here we are, and now we are live. What is going on, everyone? It is Wednesday afternoon around 3:12, and it's been a little while. Haven't been on, and boy, it's been over a month. Just been really crazy busy, and I'll just give it a second and see who jumps in. There we go. Knew there was something going wrong. Guitar Collector, how you doing? Good to see ya. How are you? What's new? I'm doing great. I am. Thank you. Yeah, I missed you guys too. It's been pretty busy. I've had a lot of stuff going on, as we all have, and I just thought it was time to jump on and kind of talk about some cool stuff that's been going on. Life is going good. Life is going good. I've been working a lot of police shifts and stuff. I actually been really busy. Been really busy. But got definitely some cool guitar stuff to talk about today. Talk about this one, my newest Kramer, which you guys are gonna love once I explain to you where it came from and how I acquired it and what's gonna be happening to it. And definitely got some new stuff happening next week. I'm gonna have a really cool visitor coming on this Friday. We're gonna be spending the week together. And I got a new microphone. Check this out, guys. So hopefully things sound good because this thing should be working pretty well. But yeah, life's been going good, dude. Life's been going really good. Been getting to play playing some guitar lately, and yeah, can't complain. If you guys don't recognize that, I was hanging out with Liquid Charlie the other night. He's just a great guy. He's just so cool. We were on a video call together and we were chatting. I've known Charlie for a long time, and we finally got a chance to chat and just kind of hang out and you know, just online, of course. And we were talking about songs and just he's just an amazing guitarist. He's a cool dude. You know, just a big Van Halen fan, but not just Van Halen. He was telling me how he got into the whole thing with, you know, with playing guitar years ago and kind of what got him into it. He was actually Bryan Adams, he said, is what actually got him into it, which is kind of cool because I've always been a big Bryan Adams fan too. But he was telling me about how he got into Van Halen and stuff and how he started writing music and songs, and I was just like, dude, it's like, you know, your music is total inspiration to me. I mean, I've been playing guitar for, you know, a long time too, but, you know, over 20 years. But just watching him and listening to him and seeing what he does on the instrument is just phenomenal. Some of his, you know, his Van Halen songs are amazing, but some of his original stuff is crazy. You know, it's like he was trying to teach me how to play that song "Shadow of a Summer Storm" that he has, which is probably my favorite one. That and "Time to Fly." Those are my two favorite Liquid Charlie tunes. And you know, I've been trying to figure out, you know, what he's doing, and just that main riff, you know, it's in drop D. I mean, he's playing it a lot better than that, obviously, but just his chord progressions, how he chooses to play his notes. I don't know if that's a word, velocity, you know, the melodic types of notes that he plays, very balancy sounding, which I thought was incredible because his favorite Van Halen sound is the balance era sound, you know, that kind of overly processy kind of sound, which is mine too. But just pretty cool. Hey Danny, how you doing, buddy? How's everything? Nice. Yeah, we'll wait a couple minutes before we really start going too crazy. But like I said, we got some guitars to show here, and yeah, I'll talk about the parts and, like I said, where it came from and all that, and just chat. Nothing really crazy to talk about today. Just thought it'd been way too long, so I thought we'd get into you know, just a little bit of hanging out. But yeah, so that's been about it. Just a lot of work, a lot of different things going on. And so I guess we'll start talking about this guitar and kind of where it came from, and what it was, and what it is now, and what I'm going to have done, what I'm going to actually have done to it. So this is a guitar that belonged to Dave Nesdahl. Actually, the body did, anyways. This used to be a red Pacer body. And hey, Craig, what's going on? Yeah, this is the one, dude. This used to be a red Kramer Pacer body. Actually, I'm not even sure if it was a Pacer, because I've never seen a Pacer with a Beretta route in the back. They all have the Pacer route. So Dave Nesdahl is probably going to jump in at some point, but I'm still confused as how this Pacer body has a Beretta route in the back. I never knew Kramer did that, but it is an original Kramer. But it might have just been kind of a one-off thing or whatever, but it is an original Kramer body. So Dave had this body kicking around. It was, like I said, it was like a deep cherry red body. And this is a few years ago. And one day, about, I don't know, I want to say like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, maybe. Oh, good, Danny. I'm glad the voice sounds good, because I got my new mic, by the way, so at least it's working out good. So I saw this body there, and I was like, hey, what are you doing with it? And Dave, at the time, didn't know what he was going to do with it. He was thinking of maybe making it turning it into some kind of a Van Halen project. And then one day he said, hey, would you mind making it a multicolored tape guitar? You know, with the electrical tape. Well, I got mine up there with, you know, with the white and the blue and the orange and the yellow electrical tape, because that's what Eddie did. It was on a purple body. I said, sure. So I took it back, and I was busy at the time. It took me about a month and a half, and I kind of sat on it for a little while. And I painted the body purple, a deep purple, a very deep purple, no pun intended. And did the pardon, go get your toy. And I did the tape job on it, and it came out really good. But Dave kind of felt the same way I did. It's just one of those guitars you don't really play. I mean, the tape kind of, you know, lifts up on the sides. It's, no matter what you do, no matter how you tape them, it's not like paint. The tape lifts up over time, especially when you're handling it, and, you know, this is sitting on your leg and you're moving it, you know, different temperatures and stuff like that. So he had the guitar for a while, and then he decided to Barney's here. Oh, by the way, you guys should get on my YouTube channel. Not my YouTube channel. You're on my YouTube channel, obviously, but my Facebook page and my Instagram page, and you will see some Barney. Come here. You'll see some Barney dress up. I went to the bank today, and Barney came with me, and everybody behind the bank was like, I want to see your chihuahua. I want to see your little guy. So we were putting St. Patrick's Day hats on him, and we were putting sombreros on him to make it look like he was, you know, Mexican, which he is. He's a Chihuahua. He's Mexican, so that's why, you know, drop the chalupa, drop the Chihuahua. So anyways, you guys can get on there. And it was, of course, I'm doing a show, so he wants to come in and play. But so this was the body, and I had it all painted up, and Dave had it for a while. I think he did have it set up. But it was just a guitar that he didn't really use very much. So Dave did something really, really awesome with that guitar. And he shipped it off to Craig at CHS Custom Guitars. Great friend of mine, great guy. Just an amazing, I'm just laughing at one of the comments here. I'll get to it in a minute. Amazing builder. Amazing painter as well, and just an incredible guitarist and just a good guy. He gave the guitar to Craig, and about a year ago, Craig did a transformation of this guitar. He had it painted. You guys might remember this, and I took a little heat on it for what I did to it. But once you know what I'm doing to it, maybe you guys will lighten up a little bit. Some of you guys that watch this after, not necessarily all you guys, but you'll know what I'm talking about. He had it painted a green, metallic green, and oh my gosh, it was absolutely gorgeous. And green is my favorite color. And at the time, he had gold hardware. He had an original gold Floyd on it, just like this one, which this is not the one. And it had these two pickups, and I cannot remember. I think one of them was a Pariah and one of them was a Duncan. I can't remember which one is which, but they were both zebras. And he had this neck made. This was a Music Craft neck, and I'm telling you guys, I have like 30-something guitars now, and this is one of my favorite necks now. It's just insane. Music Craft neck. It's a Strat-style headstock, and it's got the logo custom done by the kid, Nick Amendolara, a good friend of mine, good friend of ours. And he did the logo. It's just like factory, and it's unfinished. It's, you know, obviously maple. I think it's a hard rock maple, but it just feels like, oh guys, it just feels like butter. I mean, it's just insane. It's just insane. It really just feels amazing. I love it. It's one of my favorite playing guitars. So anyways, Dave had this for about a year, and I had my eye on it. Every time I would go down there, I'd pick this guitar up and I'd play it, you know, whatever. 'Cause, you know, we have all these guitars, and when you go to somebody else's house, it's like kid in a candy store. You know, you're just like, they have the same guitar as you do, or a lot of them, and it's like, they're not yours, so you want to play with them. So I was always liking this guitar, and I would tell Dave, one day I'm going to have that guitar. And, you know, Dave Nesdall's like me. He gets sick of things very quickly. You know, I remember Dave's, I'll never own a Shark guitar, and then, you know, he ended up owning one, as I knew he would. Johnny Bean and I used to joke about it. But then I ended up getting it from him, so that's actually a good thing. But Dave's just like me, you know, we go through phases, and I'm at the point now where I want to keep everything I have, because all the guitars I have now I like my collection where it is. And I did acquire a new one a few days ago, and I'll tell you about it. But anyways, about 2 months ago I was out to see Dave. Hey Brad, how you doing? Poor dog. Yeah, I know. Oh, he's not that poor. You know how many bones he got for that little thing? I'm usually the guy that's popular at the drive-up windows, and the dog's, you know, stealing my thunder. But no, he put a couple hats on and he got some bones, so he definitely he definitely got some kudos today. Johnny Bean, what's happening, buddy? How are you? So about a couple of months ago, Dave and I made a deal, and I ended up getting this guitar. And I'm not going to get into what the deal was. It was I helped Dave find something and got it for him, and then I ended up getting this guitar. So when I went down to pick it up, Dave had a chrome Floyd on it, because I believe he'd put his gold Floyd on his Rasta guitar. Okay. By the way, New England Patriots just got Josh Gordon back, number 14. We're coming. You guys don't want to hear about Patriots, I'm sure. And the pickup were, like I said, they were both zebras, the neck and the bridge. And the tuners that were on it were still gold. But they were gold Gattos, okay, just regular Schaller style. So what I wanted to do, because I ended up selling my purple Pacer, as you guys know, because the last show I did, I sold the purple Pacer with a Rockinger on it. I didn't play it that much. And I was getting my, I'm going to be getting my Steinberger GL2T back here really soon from Jeff Babbitt's total rebuild. So once that comes back, that'll be another video on itself. Because I'll go through the things, the modifications that he did to it on the bridge and stuff and the frets. But I wanted to recreate kind of that guitar that I had in a sense, but do it with a Floyd. So I found these original gold Gatto crown head chevron tuners from the 80s, and these are the real deal. They're not Japanese ping ones, those are great too, but these are original. I paid like $250 for these things, just for the tuners. And thank you to Mark Blankenship. But if any of you guys out there can find gold Gatto crown heads, there's a set on eBay right now, and a guy wants $265 for them. They just don't come up very often. I have a set on my Kramer ad guitar. Took me forever to find them. and I just happened to, you know, find a set for my Rasta guitar 6 months ago or so, and I was lucky to find these. But these gold ones do not come up, and when they do, they're very pricey. But I wanted it for this guitar because I wanted to make it something special. So I got them. We put the tuners on and a gold nut, because I think David's stolen the nut too for his Rasta. So it's got all gold hardware on it now for the neck. And I got an original chrome, an original gold Floyd. Again, from I believe it was Mark Blankenship. And I got a gold detuner for it. And I took off the plates on the bottom, so you get the nice, you know, you can hear it hitting the body. You know, I took the two plates off. Springs are a little noisy, which is kind of cool actually. And I put a black bar on it. And the reason I put the black bar on it was to make it look more Rockinger-ish, because that was the overall goal. And I painted this side of the pickup, or this side of the puck, black. So it was black, kind of like Eddie's was. So even though I'm not going to tape this up, and it's not even purple, it's blue, I just wanted to kind of create that kind of look of the multi-tape guitar, purpley kind of pacer look, but do it with a Floyd using gold hardware, but add a little bit of a Rockinger-ish kind of phase to it, so to speak. And it came out great. And I had it wired a little differently, because when I got it from Dave, the bridge was not hooked up, or the neck was not hooked up, the neck pickup. But what I did was I had both of these tone knobs disengaged, so these are both dead. They do nothing because tone knobs are stupid. Nobody uses them. I don't anyways, but I don't like tone knobs. If I want to change the tone, I'll just switch to the neck pickup, or I'll turn the volume down. The tone knobs are just nothing more than, I don't like them. They don't do anything with them. So I had these disengaged, and I had the switch set so rear is bridge, middle is both, and up is neck. It's kind of just like a, you know, just like you would think it would be. And this is a master volume for both. So you can't do the dynamic switching. You can't use it as a kill switch because I don't have it set up that way, which is fine. I don't normally do that anyways. But so these are both dead. They don't do anything. And this is master volume, and the selector works, and both pickups do. So I had everything set how I wanted it. And as beautiful as the guitar was in green, I kind of decided that I needed a blue guitar. The last blue guitar I had was an original Eddie Van Halen Ernie Ball Music Man 1994 quilt top blue guitar, and I sold that a few years ago after my divorce. I kind of needed some money. And it was fine because, I mean, I never played it that much, but it was a great guitar. I mean, some of you guys that watch Johnny's show, Johnny and Dave and Jay's show, would remember when I used to be on it all the time back a few years ago when the three of us were doing it, Dave, Johnny, and I showed that guitar a few times, and Johnny's got some old videos on there of it. But I sold that guitar, so I never had a blue guitar since then, and I was like, I want blue. And something about this guitar, I just was like, gosh, you know, I have a green guitar. I have that incredible green quilt top Music Man, you know, that Craig redid for me, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So I did a test. So I stripped it all down, sanded it, and everybody was like, what are you doing? That guitar was incredible. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm like, relax. You're going to like the end result, believe me. It may take a couple of months, but you're going to like it. Oh, and I'm sorry, real quick. And I painted the back plate gold too, so it looks kind of rustic. It's kind of cool. And I put a big brass block on it. I switched it out. So, and I painted it this. It's called a Brilliant Blue. It's a duplicolor paint, and it came out great. I mean, it looks nice. I mean, the paint job came out awesome. It's not high gloss. It's a rattle can job, but I mean, I've been doing rattle can paint jobs on guitars for over 20 years, so I know what I'm doing. So I got a great guitar out of it. It's just it's an Eddie Van Halen style paint job with a rattle can type thing, but again, it's not professional. But the reason I did that is I wanted to test it to see how I liked it, and I really love this guitar color. A lot of people are like, oh, don't, blue and gold is gonna look stupid, and I was like, I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna dig it, and so I did. And I do like it. So I talked to CHS Guitars yesterday. And for all you folks that said, Rob, you know, it looks great, but I can't believe you destroyed that green. Oh, it's horrible. Relax, because I talked to Craig yesterday, and I'm going to be dropping this guitar off to him soon. Probably when I go to Poughkeepsie to pick up my Steinberger guitar, because Craig lives pretty close to where Headless USA is. And it just make it easier when I go out there to pick that guitar up to drop this one off. And I'm going to give him the whole guitar so he can take pictures of it when he's done. And Craig is going to do another job for me, and I'm really excited. He's going to do the metallic blue. Mark Kazansky from Tone Talk had a 5150 striped type, a brilliant blue metallic with the silver stripes, and it looked amazing. And this is going to be the same type of a color. I'll show you a picture just real quick of what Craig sent me yesterday. I'm sure he won't get mad. I'm just going to kind of show you guys the color real quick. But this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be, I don't know if it's going to show up, but it's going to be that color. Let me back it off. It's way too. There we go. If I turn it this way, it's going to be that. So if you can picture this color on this guitar, it's going to be this exact same color, but it's going to have the metallic flakes in it. Oh, and I can't wait. So it's going to look like the old 80s banana seat, you know, plastic kind of, you know, metallic look. I'm so pumped up. I'm so excited. It's going to be awesome. Hallface, Haleface, what's going on? Hallface, I'll call you Haleface. Good to see you, man. Yeah, long time no see. We're back. We're back. But that's what's going to happen with this guitar. So yeah, she's a great guitar. She plays great. I love it. Sounds great, feels great. Like I said, the neck is just insane. There we go. I guess I got to adjust that detuner just a little bit. So yeah, it's going to be cool. I'm pretty excited for it. Yeah, so that should be making a little bit of a transformation within the next month or so. And everything else is going to be exactly the same. It's just going to have a factory finished metallic blue. So it's basically going from green to blue. And yeah, that's this guitar. So let's see what we got in here. Gabriel Tone Guitars. How you doing, man? Thank you. I've never played a Floyd, but I'm guessing it's all about the spring. So you never played a Floyd, really, Denny? Yeah, I mean they're cool. It's the Floyd Roses are nice. Not just so you can do the so you can bury the bar and come back up and be in tune. They're nice. They're a different tone to a certain extent. They do give you a little bit different of a feel, but at the same time they're fun for for using the bar and stuff like that. I don't know. I prefer a Floyd Rose on any kind of a playing guitar because that's just part of my style. Yeah, they're cool. And contrary to what a lot of folks say, they're not really that hard to maintain. They really aren't. Jimmy, how you doing, man? Jimmy, Dimitri. I know you go by Jimmy, but I was talking to Nesdal today, and he was like, Jimmy, who? He didn't build that guitar for Jimmy. It was built for Dimitri. I'm like, it's the same guy, dude. We're kind of joking about it. I've always known you as Jimmy. I don't think I've ever called you Dimitri. But anyways, yeah, I've always liked the depth of a metal flake finish. Yeah, Denny, it's awesome, man. I'm pretty pumped. I'm excited. Oh, so anyways, you guys might have seen on my Instagram post a little while ago. I was figuring out how to play. Actually, this will bring me into my next topic. The song Secrets. You guys know Secrets. So I was trying to figure out the solo, and for all these years I've never really sat down and tried to figure out the solo. It's funny, when I was talking to Liquid Charlie the other day, Charlie, we were just chatting, and he was just like, "Oh man," he said, "I don't have the attention span to sit down and learn a whole song." I'm like, "I'm the same way, dude." It's like, I mean, obviously, like Panama and Cheney, talking about love, those kind of songs, you really got me the easy ones. Yeah, I mean, those are easy to play all the way through. But some of the other songs that, I just don't have the attention span to sit down and learn the whole thing. I'd rather just, noodle and figure out the riffs and whatever. But anyways, I sat down and I figured out how to play the whole solo, all right? So I can't play it totally up to speed or anything yet, but it's taken a while. It's 20-something years to actually sit down and figure out the solo, but I've always liked it. So the first part of the solo starts out something like, wait a minute, I've always known that, but I've never known where it goes from there. So I finally sat down, and again, I'm not hitting it note for note. I'm just kind of cheating and just kind of weeding my way through it. But I finally figured out. It's something like that. So it's taken me 20-something years to actually sit down and remember how to play that. But there's so many cool little pieces in there, and you look at how Ed plays it and everything. And again, that's just me slopping my way through it because I just figured it out. But it's interesting because the way he chooses his notes, everybody says Eddie Van Halen's, great at, he's an amazing guitarist, and yeah, of course he is. I mean, that's insane. But his rhythm playing and for a guy that never read music, and I think he did read music. I don't think that's totally true. He might have forgotten over the years, but for a guy that wasn't was a classically trained musician on the piano, but just basically picked up guitar and did his own thing on it, he still had to know what he was doing. He had to know where the keys were. I mean, he had to know this was the key of E. He's got to know that's E. He's got to know, you're an A. He had to kind of have a little bit of basic theory stuff, and I'm sure you play long enough and you do. But the way he chose his notes, like I said, if you break that solo down, and then just this little riff, just stuff like that. It's just like, man, it's just, he just has that knack of making things sound good. I mean, if I sat down and I tried to write a solo, it would just sound like random notes, just like, why does that go there, But anyways, oh, Craig just sent me something. He just sent me this picture right here. Isn't that awesome? So that's basically what the guitar's going to... I mean, the flakes aren't going to be that big. They're harder to see. But that's basically what this guitar is going to look like. Thanks, dude. I can't wait. So anyways, I've just been kind of playing and jamming and figuring some things out. I was sitting around the other day, before I get an answer to a couple of questions here, I was trying to figure out a song I hadn't played forever. It was Feelin' from Balance. And Balance, as you guys all know, was probably one of my favorite Van Halen albums. I just love it wasn't the best time for the band, as probably personally, but I was trying to figure out how to play Balance the other day, and I still kind of trying to remember, Hold on, turn that down a little bit. was just such a kind of a cool riff, you know, and then he goes into that kind of something like that, and then, you know, goes back to the bridge. That's just a great song, and one of the best parts is when he leads into that solo. He just goes freaking nuts, you know. But it's just kind of a cool song. So been kind of sitting down trying to figure out some different riffs, some Van Halen riffs that I haven't played in a long freaking time. Because usually when I sit down and play, I just mess around, and you know, just now I'm more in the phase of not trying to learn songs as much as I am trying to figure out, you know, and understand a little bit more theory, because I never really paid much attention to that over the years after all these years. But see what we got here. Who can you recommend in Studio City area that can teach Van Halen licks? I don't know, man. You might want to ask Johnny Bean that, or Caleb Rappaport, Nerd Halen. Those, I mean, I've been out there, but I mean, I don't know any teachers out that way. You might want to reach out to Caleb or Johnny. They might have some different contacts, but I guarantee you, there's plenty of folks out there that can teach us some Van Halen licks. You know, and in the meantime, Gabriel Tone, I would just get online, man, get on YouTube, and there's so much stuff. I mean, depending on what kind of licks you're looking for, I mean, gosh, you can learn anything, you know, I mean, any kind of lick, any kind of song, I mean, you know. I mean, it's all on there, the solo stuff. I mean, Van Halen licks are just everywhere. I mean, you know, it's depending on what, like I said, what you're looking for. You're looking for the easy stuff, you know. You know, and then, I mean, even if you want to get into the, you know, a little bit trickier stuff, you know, they got like one of my favorites. It's on there, but you might want to check with those guys, because I don't know anybody in Studio City off the top of my head. I'm not out there enough. Would an import Kramer Beretta be worth putting a Floyd on as a project? One local, very cheap. Brad, are you talking about one of the Kramers that just has the basic, you know, like the basic Fender style bridge? Because, you know, honestly, those Kramers, I've seen a lot of videos, folks have posted videos, this Kramer's a piece of junk, that Kramer's a piece of junk, you know, and it doesn't have a Floyd. I mean, yeah, I mean, the Kramers that had the Floyds are probably the more desirable ones. But these days, I mean, anybody can put a Floyd on anything like that. It's not that hard. I mean, any basic luthier can professionally and effectively, successfully install a Floyd. Cutting a route for a nut is not that bad. I've actually done it myself with a Dremel tool. I did it on my I did it on my circle. I mean, my Rude guitar. This is my 2-inch thick Rude body. It's got that big freaking huge contour here. This is a Jerry Leica guitar. But I got this neck. I had this custom done by Scott Smith, my buddy. But it didn't have. Well, I didn't have it because he actually gave it to me. But it didn't. It had a regular nut, and I actually routed that myself for Floyd. And I mean, it sounds like crap, but I mean, It plays great. It's an awesome guitar. So yeah. So to answer your question, A, it can be done, and B, as long as it's a good piece of wood and it's a good guitar, yeah. I mean, quite frankly, guitars are, I mean, some of the old Focus guitars, they were plywood bodies and they had Floyds on them, and those were great guitars. Yeah, I mean, a good heavy piece of wood, like this, or a big, like a nice piece of poplar or a piece of ash or mahogany. Yeah, those are going to probably give you the better resonance of sound. But hey, if it's a guitar, man, just put a Floyd on it if you want. It's going to be a great guitar. You can swap all the hardware out. You can swap out the pickups. You can swap out the pots, tuners. I mean, you can make that guitar a great playing guitar and probably double its worth. And even if you're not going to sell it, make it a player. I mean, I have. Oh, let's see. I mean, to be quite honest, my Gibson guitar, my Gibson Les Paul Gibson, it's a Chinese guitar. That's a $250 guitar. I swapped all the hardware out on it and everything. It's great. It plays amazing. I love it. It doesn't have to be, a Kramer Beretta to be a good guitar. You put a good Floyd on it. Put a real original Floyd on it, and make sure it's professionally done. And swap out the hardware, and you got yourself a great guitar. So yeah, I absolutely think it's worth it if it's something you want to do. Clayton, how you doing, man? Good to see you, Clayton. Today is Wolfgang Wednesday. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Number 15 flake, bro. I can't wait. Can't wait. Same size as Caleb's Space Wolf. Cool. Yep. Absolutely. 6-point bridge. Nice. A metal flake, not metallic. It's metal flake. Yep. You're right. The flakes are a little bit smaller. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Driving home. All right, Craig. No, I'm not going to say anything nice about you, dude. You're a pain in my ass, and you always have been. And you sucky guitar player. I love you, brother. You're awesome, man. Great guitar player, good friend, incredible builder, an amazing painter. Very talented guy. Have a good night, buddy. I'll talk to you soon. I'm striping an old no-name Strat body today. It'll be more valuable to me. Nice. It's always cool, Hall Face, when you're doing stuff like that, doing stuff on your own, because it adds a personal touch to it. That's really cool. All right. So that's this guitar. Take a left turn for just a second, and we're going to talk about a couple of things. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Bean, Mr. Johnny Bean. Sent me one of his picks, and I really appreciate that. And also these backstage passes from the Balance Tour, which are really, 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 really cool. And I believe the gentleman that these passes came from, because I want to make sure I give him some credit as well, came from Tony Neville, and I think that's what's he go by, Fruitcake Tony or something like that. I think it is on his page. So I just want to say thank you very much, guys, Johnny and Tony. These are awesome. It's always great to have some cool stuff for the collection. Really neat. So I'm going to give another quick plug here before I get into what's going to be happening the next week, because we got some really, really, really cool stuff going on. But I've been playing these Dava picks for a while, and I love these picks. They're my absolute favorite. They have that little rubber coating on them, and they have a surface on them that just, the picking surface is really consistent. I love the attacks. You can really get that nice high for me. That sounds horrible. It's because my T-tone was out. But I love these picks, these Dava picks. And about a week ago, maybe not quite so that far away, but a few days ago, 5 days ago, I got a envelope in the mail from my good friend John Mancuda. Great guy, another great guy. It was an honor meeting him at NAMM when I had an opportunity back in January to hang out with him and talk guitars and just joke and become really good friends with him. And John is on Johnny, Dave, and Jay's show, and from time to time, like on Tuesdays, I think. Great guy. But he sent me these new picks, and they're called Swiss picks. And I honestly gotta say, I'm digging these, man. I really love these things. They look like, obviously, like a piece of Swiss cheese. This is a .80 millimeter pick, and you grab it, and I have a very good grip on it. It for me, it allows a good grip. Some folks may not like them, some folks may, but I really love them. So the Dava picks and the Swiss picks are very different, but they're probably my two favorite picks now. The attack is very crisp on them. You know, I mean, depending on how you pick. It's a little harder of a pick than I've normally played. But it definitely has a good, I love the feel. The attack is cool. Guitar's out of tune, sorry, but I like them. Swiss picks. So I want to say thank you to John for sending them to me, and I also want to give a thumbs up to Swiss picks, and I also want to give a thumbs up to Dava picks, because these are my two favorite picks right now, and I don't use anything else. I used to love the Jazz 3s, and oh well, hold on, Johnny Bean pick. Yeah, I'll use Johnny's pick too. That's more of a collector's item for me, but like the EVH picks, I don't even have any anymore. Where are they? Yeah, there's a couple of the EVH picks. They're great. I love them, but they just feel kind of alien to me now after using these two. So really, really cool. I love them. So thank you very much. Thank you to John, and thank you to Swiss picks, and also Dava picks. By the way, all my Dava picks, they were Dave's. Every time I go to Dave's house, I steal like 4 of his Dava picks. He's like, hey, stop stealing all my Dava picks. I haven't bought a single one. They all come from Dave Nesdall. So I said, well, Dave, it has your name on it, like Dava, Dava, or whatever. So it's like, hey, you must be giving them away. But last time I was out there, I didn't take any. But they're really cool. So I want to say thank you. I want to give kudos to that. Charlie, what's going on? Guitar collector. I use the gray EVH picks. Yep, I use those too. I have those. I mean, I haven't used them since I've been using these, but I love them. Yeah, they're great. Great consistency, great feel. They have that little bit of like a sandpapery feel to them, which helps you grip them. Yep, those are good. Charlie, I'm late. What is that? You must be talking about this. Well, you're gonna have to go back and watch the rest of the video. At the beginning of the video, Charlie. This is one of my new guitars. Check out the beginning of the video, dude. You're gonna love it. I talk exclusively. I spent about 20 minutes talking about this guitar. This is my new Kramer Pacer. It used to belong to Dave. It used to be green. I painted it blue to see if I liked it, and it's going to be getting the metallic blue flake paint job on it here pretty soon. So I'm pretty pumped. I put the original gold Gatto crown heads on it, and Musicraft neck, original Kramer body. Go back, rewind back to the front, dude. You're going to love it. This is a great guitar. It's one of my favorite players now. The police have been to my home only once in the last 25 years. It was due to 100-watt Marshall. I now use 15-watt DSL 15 Marshall, and everything is fine. How many watts do you use at home? Well, I live in an apartment for now, ever since my divorce a few years ago. Hopefully I'll be getting a house here pretty soon. But right now, I mean, I have, I'm playing through my little, where is it? My little, you can see it right there, my little Well, it says EVH on it, but it's a Yamaha THR-10X. That's a great little practicing. And I have my wet dry wet rig, so I have a PV5150 combo, a 50 watt EVH head with 112 cab, and another PV5150 combo. And it is wet, dry, wet. So you got some serious power there. And I can crank that baby. So basically what you have is you have two 60 watt PVs that are wet, and then you have a 50 watt head. So I play with a lot of power in my little apartment. But when I'm just practicing, I don't play like that. I don't gig or anything like that. I mean, I could and I may at some point when my life slows down a little bit. I used to a little bit, but for me it's more about the collection purpose and just, you know, having a good time, sounding cool at home, and, you know, having the ladies come over and jamming for them, and then, you know, everything turns out great that night. And just joking. Well, not really, but for me it's more of a collection thing. So yeah, that's what I do. I don't really care about the wattage or anything like that. I sometimes I obviously don't play loud because I got neighbors, and other times, you know, when nobody's around, if I'm not working or whatever, I'll just crank it up. Nobody seems to bother me that much. But yeah, that's what I run. Sean, what's going on? So on Friday, this Friday, day after tomorrow, the infamous, one and only Chris Hubbard will be flying into Boston, and I will be picking him up at the airport, and he will be spending a week with me. And I have not seen Chris in about almost, actually he hasn't been here in almost 2 years. Talk to him almost every day, but. So Chris is coming out. He's going to stay with me. We are going to be repainting my Kramer ab guitar because I just want to redo it. It's a couple little things about it. I'm not 100%. And we're going to be repainting my 85 Hard Rock giveaway guitar, the guitar that Eddie and Val donated in 1985 to Hard Rock. Again, just a couple things I want to do to them, you know. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be playing a lot of guitar. We're going to be having a lot of fun, and we are going to take a drive to the Met, probably next Tuesday or Wednesday, and we're going to see the Frankenstein guitar, the original. Something that I could have gone any time I wanted over the last few months, but I've been kind of holding out, you know, to make kind of a special thing with it. I was either going to go out with Dave, or I was going to go out with Chris, or try to time it where a bunch of us can go out, and everybody was kind of just doing their own thing, and I was like, all right, that's fine, and the guitar is going to be there until October, so still got a little time. And then Chris had indicated to me that he was going to be coming out, and so I said, hey, why don't we knock it out? So Chris is going to be coming on this Friday, the 24th, and he'll be leaving on Saturday the 30th. 30th to 31st, I'll bringing him back. So he's going to basically be spending an entire week. And I got the week off on vacation, so I'm not pulling any shifts or anything. I'm going to be kind of just playing guitar, painting, hanging out, laughing, eating good food, taking him to, you know, cool places, hitting the gym on my off time when he's sleeping in the morning, because I think he sleeps later than I do, so I'll try to have to get my workouts in the morning. And we're going to hit the Met. And we are also going to make a drive out, and we will be hanging out and spending some time with our other really good friend, Scott Smith from Musicraft. I see Scott a couple times a year. Usually, if it's not at NAMM, at the NAMM show, I'll see him at the EVH Con. But I'm going to be taking Chris out to visit Scott, and I'm going to get a chance to see, hopefully, his amazing guitar collection. It's something Scott's wanted to do for a long time, is have us out there. So I've known Scott for well over 20 years, and I've known Chris for at least 3 or 4. Both good friends, so it's going to be a great week. We'll be hitting the Met, see the Frankenstein. We're going to spend some time with Scott Smith. Maybe depending on where everything's located, I'm not quite sure the exact direction. Might swing in and see Dave. Might swing in and see Craig from CHS Customs, maybe drop this guitar off. my Steinberger GL2T might be ready for pickup sometime next week. So if that's the case, I'll have to swing. I'll have to time it where I can do that. And Nick Amendolara, the kid, and I were talking this morning. The other master guitar painter. You got Nick, you got Chris, and you got guys like Craig and all these other guys that are doing these incredible paint jobs. But Nick and Chris are pretty much the replica, relic masters. Those guys these days. Nick wants to hang out, and we're probably going to try to hook up with Nick out at the Met also. And it's always cool to get Chris and Nick together because these two are like, it's like the Red Sox and the Yankees, although the only difference is they don't hate each other. They love each other and they both respect each other's work. And they're just the best replica, relic guitar builders out there. I mean, I've got guitars from, I've been doing this stuff longer than those two have been alive. And I got some of my guitars I did, but my 5150 Chris did, my 1984 Chris and Nick both did. Nick's done my Neptune guitar, he's done my Hot for Teacher, he's done my, what else has he done? My Red Cloud Ripley, my Tour Relic guitar. Nick has done my Frankenstein. He did my Shark guitar. So it's just an honor to have these guitars that these guys did. Chris did my yellow double neck diver down guitar, 12 string. So it's just awesome to have these guys hang out together and just it's just fun. It's a good time. So that's going to be a great week. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to paint some guitars. We're going to hang out with great people. We're going to eat good food. We're going to see the real Frankie together. We're going to visit some people, some cool folks. So I'm really getting excited. It's going to be awesome. Charlie says, I went earlier this month. Amazing, well worth trip. Yeah, it's going to be awesome seeing the guitar that really started it all. I mean, my favorite Van Halen guitar was the 5150, but I mean, I'm not kidding anybody. The Frankenstein is the best too. That's the guitar, and to be able to see the guitar that basically put Edward Van Halen and the band on the map, and it recorded the first album with. That's just like, So I'm really excited. That's going to be so awesome. Seeing it firsthand right up close. I'm so excited. Do you get NAMM tickets by being a YouTuber? I'm dying to go to NAMM, but it's never open to the public. No, it's not. You have to be invited by someone, Gabriel Tone. You have to get an invite, a specific invite for that. And I was just lucky last year to get one myself. Hopefully I get another one this year, but it really doesn't have anything to do with YouTube per se. So that's what's going on. Yeah. What else we got going on? Got some new pieces coming in, some little pieces coming in that I'll be kind of reviewing. And I was going to tell you about one particular guitar that's coming, but I'll save that. It'll be a surprise. I'll save that. So yeah, what else we got? What else we got to talk about? Yeah. Why is this thing out of tune now? So there we go. Now it's in drop D. Are you aware of the whole 1978 stage setup is there? I actually saw them open for Sabbath at Garden with that gear. Are you going to be... You are going to be floored. Yeah, I am aware because I know the guy that actually set that up and acquired that. Yeah, that's going to be cool. I can't wait to see it. Some of it's the original stuff. Some of it is not. It's replica. It was recreated. But some of it is original, yeah. And I tell you, Charlie, I wished I could have seen him back in '78. I was only 5 years old in '78, but I was, too young to really know much about Van Halen. I think at that time I was listening to my mom, blast Rod Stewart on the radio, Young Turks, and Do You Think I'm Sexy, Tonight I'm Yours, and Passion, all those songs, Hot Legs. I still like Rod Stewart, but yeah, that's gonna be awesome. What's up, Jimmy? Jimmy Ka, what's happening, man? How are you? But yeah, Charlie, that's awesome. I'm really, really, really excited. Wicked excited. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. That's about all I wanted to get on today and chat about. Like I said, it's been over a month. Everybody's been kind of busy. It's been a kind of a crazy summer. A lot of stuff going on. Some good, some not so good. But it is what it is. It's what the crazy word called life. And yeah. I just wanted to talk about this guitar and a couple of other things, and basically let you guys know, like I said, next week when Hubbard's coming, it's going to be a great time. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be great seeing the Frankie and all that stuff. Hanging out with Scott, building and painting guitars. Like I said, I knew he was coming, so I got two bodies already, the ones that I wanted to redo. I said, we're going to get a twofer here since you're going to be here. So I said, took them all apart and stripped them down and painted them all white, so all we got to do is just stripe them, and yeah, so it's kind of cool, so I'm kind of excited. But yeah, Jimmy, we'll have to figure something out. I'm sure we can make something work. We'll get together and hang out, play some guitar and chill. That'll be good and be a good time. So we'll be in touch. We'll figure something out. But yeah, would you consider changing that Pat's cup to a Jets cup? No. And I would not be interested in changing these Pat's tats to Jets tats. But I do like the Jets. Nice try, though. No, I do like the Jets. I hate the Giants. I don't like the Bills. But I kind of like the Jets. I don't know, something about the Jets I've always kind of liked. I've always kind of thought they were kind of cool. Except when they're playing the Pats. But, yeah. But anyways. Trying to play Charlie's song there. But anyways, guys, that's about it. Just thought I'd jump on and say hi and just chat for a few minutes, and I hope you guys are doing well. I have a lot more things coming up here. We will be going live next week at some point when Chris is here. We'll definitely do a live show. That's something else we're going to do. I forgot to mention, but we'll do a live show with Chris here and go through some guitars and show you guys some cool stuff, and it'll be kind of fun. So stay tuned for that. That'll be neat. Oh, I do have one cool thing to. I'll give you guys one little teaser, and I'll wait until it comes into the show because I don't have it yet. But for my Ibanez Destroyer, my Shark guitar, my Donnie Ward guitar, with Nick's help, I was able to find the exact World War II gunner's belt strap with those big spring-loaded, monstrosity clamps that go on. I found that strap, so well, it's not a real guitar strap. It's a World War II gunner's belt. So I found it and I got one coming, so I'm kind of pumped because I was kind of on a strap kick for a little while, so that should be kind of cool. So I'll show you guys that when that comes in. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah, so stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I just wanted to get on and just poke my head in and say hi. It's been way too long. I've been meaning to get on and do a show. But we got a lot of cool stuff coming to show you here real soon. And next week's going to be a lot of fun. And I'll make sure to check out my Facebook page, check out my Instagram page, because you will be seeing some cool pictures of the Frankenstein guitar, Hubbard and I messing around, playing guitar, painting. Like I said, we will be doing a show. There'll be some cool stuff. But thank you so much for watching. It's always fun. I'm going to be doing more martial arts stuff too. I'm going to be going over teaching some martial arts katas, some forms, maybe not teaching as much as maybe just demonstrating some things and seeing what folks have to say. You know, anybody that's done martial arts before that recognizes that, maybe they could be, oh yeah, we used to do, I recognize that. And be doing some more firearm stuff. But I just want to say thank you to all you guys. I love you all, and I mean that. You're all, even though I don't know most of you, you know, the internet, the wonders of the internet today are amazing. You can meet people and become friends with folks on the internet and never meet them at all. Not that you don't want to meet them, but you know, obviously situational depending and things like that. It's just nice to have that. And anybody that gets in and, you know, watches my show and actually displays some kind of an interest in my babbling and jibber jabbering about all this garbage, you know, that we kind of think is kind of cool. I really appreciate it. I really do. Oh, there is one more thing I will show you before we go. Talk about babbling, right? So, you guys might remember, and I painted this, okay? This is not a Hubbard or Nick Amendolara guitar. Every once in a while, the old dude's got to come out and show his worth. You know, it's like Rocky Balboa, you know. I got one more left in the basement. I don't like painting guitars as much anymore. Well, I mean, I love it, but I just don't have the attention span. But like I said, I was painting these things before Hubbard and Nick were even alive, all right? And they're blowing me out of the water these days. And it's not because I can't do it. It's just because I don't have the patience anymore to do it. For like the Frankies and the 5150s, these guys are just killing. I just rather let them do it because it's just amazing. And I like the way that they put their spin on stuff and their interpretations of the colors and stuff. You know, that's just amazing. And they're just so exact. But a good friend of mine, Chad Wall, ended up getting my 918V that I had. All right. We did a trade, and he got my 918V, and I was like, oh, I kind of missed that. I missed the 5150 backup guitar. So I spoke to another good friend of mine, Chris Locke, and he built me the body. And my other good friend, Randy Butala, from Butala Necks, is doing me the custom neck. And so I got the body in about a month ago, and I painted it up, and it's all ready to go. And I did this one, okay? Here's my new 918V. And this is probably one of the better ones that came out. I did the star. Star came out pretty good. I'm really happy with that. Space tape. Thanks to K&E Guitars, I ordered 2 sets of 1984 guitars because that's all it is. It's a 1984, and these are both ones, just overlap. One of them chopped off. That's what Eddie did back then. Original Floyd Rose. This is the Floyd that was on the blue guitar, the Pacer, okay, that Nesdal had. So I kept that, put that on here, did the paint job. This is a, I think it's a Duncan pickup, and yeah, it's all Duplicolor paint, and it came out great. And to the best of our knowledge, this is what the back looks like on the 918V. It's hard to tell, but there's a couple of pictures floating around there that shows like a couple of little, you know, you get a couple little glimpses like that, and you kind of put the puzzle together. Original Kramer neck plate, and yeah, it's all ready to go. So everything's all set. And this is a lock body, and so this is going to be my new 918V, and I'm happy with it. I'm really, really, really happy with it. And I talked to Randy Butala, and the 918V, along with most of the other Kramer backups in the 5150 OU 812 tour, with an exception of the 1984 Kramer, all had tilt-back, pointy headstock maple necks with skunk strip in the back. You can't figure out why they got a skunk strip on a tilt-back maple, but whatever. But they did. So it's something that had to be custom made, because my last one I found on eBay, but it's so hard to find those pointy headstock maple necks. So I'm just having a custom built to exact specs. So this guitar will be done soon. Hopefully Butala has the neck ready in about a month or so, and we'll go from there. But the infamous 918V guitar. So yeah, that's going to be cool. Another project, right? So anyways, guys, thank you so much. I'll be in touch. Stay on my Instagram page, stay on my Facebook page, check out my other videos. I want to give a shout out to Johnny Bean, Dave Nesdal, Jay Hannon and John Mancuda. Watch the Johnny Bean Show. I want to give a shout out to Mark Kazansky, my friend Tone Talk. I want to give a shout out to Eric Broadbent, another great guy, good friend of mine, for his show. I haven't had a chance to check out these guys' shows very much lately because I've been so busy. But there's just so much awesome EVH information out there, and I've been honored to be graced and blessed with these guys' friendships and trust and you put your phone on Do Not Disturb and the thing goes off. How does that work? But anyways, these guys are just awesome. So check out their shows, and thank you so much for watching mine. And I will see you guys next week. We're going to have some fun. Take care, guys. Thank you.